Yo, and welcome to another episode of the NBA podcast. Your host, truly, Samson.
It's Wiki, man. How y'all feeling? How you feeling, Samson?
Long time no see, bro. What's been going on?
Chilling, bro. You know, just trying to watch as much basketball as I can, you know, with the new season starting. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Very excited.
Very excited. We got a lot of things to talk about. We had to reshoot some things because some trades and some things happened, as you guys probably know. To get into our first topic today, James Harden getting traded to the LA Clippers. I think, wouldn't you say this was his number one destination spot? Or would you say it was Houston?
I don't really know what his number one, like, when you say destination spot, you mean like
where he wanted to be traded, hypothetically.
Where he wanted to be traded?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's something you'd have to ask James Harden, you know, or Shams, right?
Yeah,
whoever else knows what every NBA player is thinking. But
apparently, teams have fired people for giving information to Shams or Woj early.
I believe it.
Yeah. I think it was the Detroit Pistons or the Magic. Like, they had a leak and they basically like fired him because for some reason he would always know the news about them like way before than the general public. And then eventually, I think, yeah, but he had to go. They found his emails. You feel me? The corrupt emails. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, bro. So James Harden going to the Clippers. Yeah, I think. What do you think about the move? Personally, I think it's kind of gives the Clippers a little bit of an edge. I don't think it's like getting James Harden of 2018, 2019, obviously. We're still getting an all-star level James Harden, you feel me?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what James Harden
keep it up.
I don't know what James Harden's capable of at this stage of his career. I don't know if, cuz like even guys like Westbrook, for example, when he got to LA, some people were expecting to see, the MVP Westbrook. Some people...
The Lakers or the Clippers?
When he got to Lakers.
Lakers, okay.
And so, a lot of people were saying he was washed because he wasn't playing like MVP Westbrook. But a lot of things one big thing that plays a part into basketball is like fit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we might see a better, like, I'm not gonna say we might see a better James Harden, but like, I feel like part of what he was doing in Philly was limiting himself, what he was able to do. Having to play with Joel Embiid and, having kind of an offense that's not complete, like, mostly centered around him.
Mm-hmm. He obviously led the league in assists because of, the dynamic duo he had with Joel Embiid, you feel me? So
yeah,
it made it easy for him to dish out passes. So he was not going to have somebody like that in LA. Like, Zubac is not near the center.
No, I mean, he's still playing with PG and
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. That's not a lot. That's not a bad.
He definitely went on a better team.
Big three to.
He went on a better team for sure.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think this team is better.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Clippers got better. I think is James Harden the guy he was last year? Is he the guy from 2016? I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting Houston James Harden. I don't even know if I'm expecting Philly James Harden. He's only getting older, right? But I think he'll still play pretty good. I think he might be better than he might be better. Maybe not better as in
better than when he was in Philly.
But I think we're gonna see really good basketball come from the Clippers, and I think this is gonna be a highlight in James Harden's career
for sure.
I think being with the Clippers,
mm-hmm.
I'm expecting big things from them. They're not getting much younger, but like if this is 2015, this is probably the best team in the NBA.
100%. This would actually be. I think hypothetically, this would potentially compete with the Warriors. That like crazy Warriors team. They could definitely fight with them.
No,
in 2015? Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you're talking about... Okay, yeah.
For sure. They could beat the Clippers in 2015. No, the Warriors.
Yeah, I could see it.
I could see that 100%. That team would be scary. Especially Russell Westbrook, too.
Yeah, but...
Fortunately, it's not the case, These guys... Yeah. Half of these guys are in their prime. Half of these guys are about to,
Yeah, and I think all of them are kind of coming on near the tail end of their career, but...
I don't think... Yeah, actually, not James Harden, Paul George and Kawhi are kind of like...
Even Paul George and Kawhi aren't, I don't think, who they were at their peaks.
But again, they haven't really proven themselves, dog. Like, every year there's an injury, there's this happening. Like, they never, like,
No, I think they're still a championship contender. I think they're a championship contender. I just don't think I don't think Paul George and Kawhi, James Harden, Westbrook. I don't think any of these guys are who they were
at one point
at their peaks. You know
I think Kawhi Leonard is still at his peak.
Great.
In my opinion, I think Kawhi Leonard is still like at the same level he was in Toronto.
I think he might have declined a little bit, but I know what you mean. Like, he's still in that same like tier.
He's definitely he's still healthy Kawhi. If he played like a full season, he went to the conference finals or to the finals, he would get back in the top 5 conversation easy. Yeah, for sure. Right now, he's not top 5 just because of like his inconsistency on the floor and whatnot.
I can't think of 5 guys I'd rather have than Kawhi Leonard. So you know what I mean, it's probably in my top 5. Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Anyway, though,
but I wanted to add. So the trade, basically, I wanted to give you guys the full detail. So the Sixers basically acquired from the Clippers Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, and KJ Martin, multiple draft picks, and a pick swap for James Harden from Philly, PJ Tucker, of course, and Philippe Pertusev. Yeah. So WL trade. Who do you think won that?
There was a lot of picks involved in that trade too.
More from the Clippers end.
Yeah. Clippers. No, wait.
No, the Clippers gave up draft picks.
The Sixers gave up the draft picks to get Harden.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah.
So, I think short term. I mean, this is the best move I think that the Sixers could have made with all the conditions, like all the variables involved. You know, obviously a lot of teams aren't going to trade for James Harden if they know they have a. James Harden is with the way the NBA is moving now, with players having the kind of more of a choice to like where they play and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Sixers did the best they could to get the most they could. With trying to appease James Harden, obviously, to make sure that, because you can't just get. Sometimes you couldn't just. I don't think they could have got. I think there was probably better trades that were available for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't really use them because James Harden was just not rocking and was going to sabotage it for them.
You think? But I think after James Harden made fun of just basically dissed the president of the Philadelphia 76ers, it was kind of like
warranted.
Yeah, like I don't think he has a choice. Like he no longer has a relationship with the front office of Philly after he does something like that. So it's like he's not.
I agree. I know what you're trying to say. Like it's what. Well, it's kind of what we expected, right?
Yeah, like even if he had went to, let's say, hypothetically, he got traded to like the Trailblazers, like some like bad team, it wouldn't be like, oh, James Harden like chose that place. It would have been like Philly literally got a deal and they're like, we're ready to go. But
here's the thing though, James Harden wouldn't have allowed something like that.
Bro, I don't think James Harden has that choice, dog. Like, bro, you don't go out.
He does, because he can say like, okay, look, you guys can trade for me, but if he goes and tells like Portland's like front office, like, look, if y'all trade for me, y'all can give them this great deal or whatever, but I'm not gonna stay there, and then that's gonna stop. It's gonna stop like the GM of Portland from wanting to trade for.
Because then he's wasting his time. He's wasting.
He knows he's gonna just waste assets trying to get James Harden, and he's not even gonna stay. Right? It's kind of like what happened with the Kawhi going to Toronto situation, where basically Toronto traded away their whole, not their whole franchise.
No, it was
a big piece. Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah,
it was a big piece. Yeah, like that was their franchise player for like the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
So they traded away their franchise player for a gamble on maybe like basically a gamble to try to get Kawhi long term.
Right.
And they only got him for basically.
At least they got a ring out of it.
Yeah, they got a ring out of it. But let's be real. I'm not expecting the Clippers to win year one. You know what I mean? Even I'm not saying they can't contend. They could contend year one. They might win.
Bro, I don't know. Like you're talking about the Western Conference, and obviously it's like it's competitive point right now. Like no doubt about it. Like how many teams can you name that are competitive for that chip? Like the Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers.
Probably like 4 teams.
Oh, name your teams. Who are like the top 4 competitive teams in the West?
Denver, obviously. Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, and I would say the Clippers. Like
damn, no Lakers.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the Lakers are like. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. I could see it happening.
As a Lakers fan, that's crazy.
I could see it, but I could see it happening. Maybe, like if Anthony Davis is on a roll, he's healthy. The chemistry is going. He's been. LeBron's, playing, some legendary basketball, which is
crazy to say. He's averaging like 25 plus points, and he's in his 21st season, which is crazy.
But I'm gonna be honest. I don't think like I don't 25 even bro. Surprisingly, 25 isn't even his like career average. That's kind of that's great for most players.
Yeah, that's
right?
not even. Yeah, his career average is like 28.
Yeah, 28, it's like 27 something like you know what I mean. So this is not even. I'm not saying you know. What does it matter what LeBron does in the regular season? We don't like LeBron's at the point in his career where he's not really worried about he's not worried about regular season stats and whatever. He's just worried about.
Well, it matters. I feel like he needs to like LeBron James definitely wants to play cool 60 to 65 games. That's like for him. It's like if he could play 60 to 65 games at basically the age of 40, it's like okay, he's healthy enough to play for the playoffs, and he can like rest up for like 15 to 20 games before the playoffs. But I think like.
I don't know if he'll be able to afford that though with the way that the team's set up. I don't think that he can. I don't think that he'll have time to like. I think they're going to be fighting for every game, like pretty much.
I know it's been tough for us. I feel like every game is been
like not just the West. I think the tops like.
Did you peep their Clippers game?
The top half of both conferences right now are getting competitive to the point where it's not like how it was when in like 20 like I want to say like up until 2017 where like the East was weak as hell. Up until like the first like 2 seeds in the East would be like competitive teams. Every other team in the East was like, bro, you could have grabbed like the 10th seed from the West, and that team could have probably made like the 4th seed in the East.
100%. I think that still applies today, low key.
No, I don't think it applies to the same extent.
Whoa, bro.
Not to the same extent.
You're telling me the East and West are on the same playing field?
No, it's not the same. The West is still better, but I'm saying like
let's say the OKC Thunder, which I don't think will be a 10th seed. But I think the OKC Thunder is a way more competitive team in the East than they are in the West. But they're amazing. They're still a great team.
No, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is like, okay, even OKC, right? OKC can fight for a playoff spot in the West now, right? They fight for like, you know, like a 9th, 8th, 10th kind of area. They're around there, right? Maybe they can go as high as like 7th to like as low as like 10th.
Yeah, I feel like that's their range. That's their range.
Right? That's their kind of like.
People put them in the top 5. I'm like, we'll see.
You're kind of shooting too high, right? Right now.
I don't know if you're shooting too high. They're a great team, like no doubt about it. Chet, you know, Shai Gilgeous. You know, they have a great core. They have a great core.
There's so many great cores, though. That's the point.
I think they have one of the better young cores in the league. So I'm not gonna be like it's impossible for them to be top 5. But again, like if we. You know, we're like 5 games into the season, so like let's not like, you know, there's like 77 more games, but like if we want to look at the Western Conference standings right now, like we can really like.
I mean, bro, we're 5 games into the season, bro. Like
I feel it. Like I'm trying to say, like they almost beat the Warriors last night, so that's like a big deal.
Yeah, no, I'm not, bro. Look, what I'm trying to say is when I was like in 2016, 2015, whatever, you could literally be like the 11th seed in the West.
Yeah, for sure.
You were probably still better than the 6th seed in the East.
I think once LeBron left, the East had a better like balance.
Yeah,
balance.
Because the East was like for the majority, like the last like decade or two, like pretty much the East has been maybe not the 2 decades, but like last 10 to 12ish years, the East has literally been LeBron's team, 1 or 2 other teams that are like competitive with LeBron's team.
That's it.
Or the NBA is trying to hype up to be a competitor for LeBron's team, and then a bunch of booty teams in the East, and then the West is like, you know, like
the Lakers, the Warriors, the Spurs.
Everyone's fighting for just the chance to play in the playoffs. Yeah. There's like 6 teams that can compete for a championship, and 1 or 2 of them might not even make the playoffs if one of their players gets injured at the wrong time in the season or something. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So it's like the West is it's crazy.
100%.
And the East is LeBron has a monopoly on it. So
for sure. But going back to the question I asked about the James Harden move, do you feel like it was more a W on the Clippers end or like the Sixers end?
Yeah. So I think the Sixers did the best they could with the situation that they have. With, you know, the problems with James Harden. Trying to get the most value they could for him. This is a big W for the Clippers, who are obviously in win now mode. Right? They already have Kawhi and PG. Add one more piece to it. They can get guys to fill over the next 1 or 2 years.
Role player spots.
Fill in. Yeah, you can replace Robert Covington. You can replace Nick Batum. You can replace these guys. Marcus Morris. You can replace these guys. So they're not bad players. They're good players, you know.
I know what you're saying, but they're really good role players. Like that's their role. They're really good role players.
They're really good role players, but they're role players. They're replaceable.
Absolutely.
You know. So great move for the Clippers. I I think this is the best deal. This is the best thing this is the best move that the Sixers could have made with the cards they were dealt. They have an unhappy James Harden who doesn't want to play with them, wants to cut ties with the organization. He is not gonna just allow them to get the most value for themselves against his own desires because of the he doesn't he's not gonna go and just like you said kind of earlier, like he's not gonna just go to Portland just because and accept it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't rock with the Sixers, so he's gonna do whatever he can to kind of end up where he kind of wants to play. And so I think this is the best move they could have made. We'll see how this pans out later, because the picks that they got, the Sixers they got from this, they got a 2028 unprotected first round pick from LA.
It's like a 5-year pick. We'll see how
it's
the
like
Clippers
5 years.
are doing.
Yeah, right now that doesn't mean anything to us right now, but
you know how the Clippers, what situation they'll be in 27, 28.
In 5 years, I'm not expecting Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to be superstars anymore. So
they're probably going to be out of the league. I could bank they're out of the league in 5 years.
So can the Clippers win a championship? I think regardless, this is a good move for both teams. This is the best move that both teams could have made. But that 28 draft pick, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up becoming a very valuable player in the future. And if it does, or it could lead to a very valuable asset
to like trade off to something else, you know,
or something else for the Sixers, you know.
All right.
So
I think that kind of, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think, I feel the same way about that W Clippers move. I think this is kind of like where the chapter of that Philly trust the process system kind of dies, you know. I feel like Joel Embiid got like 1 more year on his contract. If I'm Brody, like I'm out of Philly. Like that's no longer a place for me. I'm not winning a chip there. Bro, like, I don't have anyone, like, I don't have another superstar. Like, look how Milwaukee treats Giannis, right? Look how, bro, listen, bro, I'm telling you, look how Milwaukee treats Giannis, bro. Look how Boston treats Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. When Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are falling out, bam, they make Marcus Smart move, Porzingis, boom, Drew Holiday. Like, they made moves. Like, you saw how they made moves. Literally, Milwaukee, Giannis, I'm thinking about leaving, man. I'm not winning anything. Boom. Damian Lillard, last second. Like, these are the moves that teams really want to make when they want to keep their superstars. And Milwaukee's not even a destination spot, bro. Who wants to live in Milwaukee? You feel me? And you guys can't get somebody for Philadelphia? Again, they have a year to figure something out, but I'm like, dog. If I'm Joel Embiid, I'm like, bro, there's nothing that they could do for him to basically stay. Like what could they do for him to stay?
You know what? I'll say this is what I think. Honestly, and I'm not saying that Joel is like underachieving. I'm not gonna say the Sixers are underachieving either. I'm not gonna say that they're underachieving, but I will say that I don't know. Like, I don't honestly think that Joel has as much. Like, Damian Lillard leaving Milwaukee. Leaving Portland. I think Damian Lillard leaving Portland, for example, it made sense. Like, bro, Dame never, like, the Portland front office has been continuously giving him peanuts and chips and telling him to go win a championship. You know what I mean?
Who, Portland?
Yeah. Like,
what do you mean giving him, like, you're telling me they've been giving him assets?
They haven't been giving him assets, is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is they haven't been doing anything to kind of, they've been wasting his, like,
but again, it's different because it's like Joel Embiid is an MVP. Like, he's an MVP player. Yeah. Like, this is the best thing you guys had since Allen Iverson, honest to God. So, who else?
Andre Iguodala. Drew Holiday. That team was nice.
Yeah, but all honesty, like, individual player, like, Joel Embiid is the best thing they've had since Allen Iverson. This is a franchise player, and it's like,
I'll still take Andre Iguodala over Joel Embiid.
No.
Finals MVP.
He wasn't a Finals MVP with Philly, but anyways.
But you still, bro, Joel Embiid. That's
no way you're arguing Andre Iguodala over Joel Embiid.
Here's what I'm trying to say, though. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is this. I think Joel Embiid has had just about as much as help as Jokic has had. Supporting cast-wise, at least, right? Like,
but I think the thing is, like, Jokic has had a better process. Like, he's had like ups and downs. Like, Jamal Murray basically being out for 2 years. Coaching situations.
But even that, but I'm saying
I'm saying that Jokic has had a thorough team, like thorough meaning like a very like long lasting team.
He's had Jimmy Butler. He's like
how many coaches has Joel Embiid ran through in the last?
He had Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler on the same team with him.
But I don't think Tobias Harris and like Jimmy Butler. Okay, I understand
Butler
Jimmy
just
Butler
took a pretty bad team to the finals.
No, I'm not doubting that. But I'm saying
they did it twice actually in the last like 3 years, 4 years.
I also think Jokic is a better player, but that's a different question. Jokic is a better player, but Jokic with the asset of Jamal Murray, with the asset of like, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't believe him in the beginning. Like I had some type of like hope with him when he was in Orlando, but Aaron Gordon, low key, like Aaron Gordon was a big piece in that championship squad.
Yeah,
like a lot of these players, like we mentioned, were key pieces. Like I don't see Tobias Harris. Me personally, I've never seen Tobias Harris, regardless if he was with the Clippers or if he was with the Sixers, like step up like in big moments, right? Like he's not Jamal Murray. I don't think. Is it a hot take for me to say that Jamal Murray is a...
Tobias Harris is a former All-Star.
I understand that, but Jamal Murray's... I think Jamal Murray might be better than Jimmy Butler, bro.
No.
Yo, I really think he might be better than Jimmy Butler.
Absolutely not.
Bro, like tell me what he does.
Butler is the most underrated basketball player in the NBA.
I understand that, but
Jimmy Butler took a team with the worst offense in the NBA to the finals.
I'm not doubting that he's great
as their primary.
I think Jamal Murray and Jimmy Butler are on the same spectrum, and I'm putting Jamal Murray a little bit ahead.
They're not
on the same spectrum.
They're not. Jimmy Butler's a better player. Like he's Jamal Murray. Let me put it this, bro. Jimmy Butler. He just impacts the game in a way that Jamal Murray has not. I'm not saying he can't ever.
I don't think, bro. I think he can. I think we saw it. I think we saw it this playoffs. Every time against us,
Jokic only needed a little bit more help because he's freaking Jokic. And
bro, Jamal Murray basically averaged 30 points against the LA Lakers in the playoffs, dog. Like, what are you talking about?
The LA Lakers are. I'm a Lakers fan. We're not a good team.
Whoa.
Like we're not.
I don't think.
We're not a good. Okay, let me put
But I'm saying, put it like this. You want to compare conference finals performances? Listen, you want to compare conference finals performances? Now look at Jimmy Butler against the Celtics. He had a great beginning.
What has Jamal Murray done that Jimmy Butler has not done?
Won a ring. Question answered. He's won a ring.
He didn't win, bro. Like, bro, you know what I mean, bro. Like, it's not an individual accolade in the way that it is for like. Jokic.
And if you want to compare, but listen.
Jamal Murray is the first. He's the second option on a championship.
But listen.
He's the second option on a championship team.
But listen,
Jimmy Butler is the first option. He's the go-to guy on a championship team.
But listen to me, right? Jamal Murray's had the same amount of help, I would say, that Jimmy Butler's had in his career, right? I'm gonna give you an example.
How?
Jimmy Butler had a dying, not a prime Derrick Rose, but a dying.
That's not the same Jimmy Butler.
But listen. We're
not talking about the Jimmy Butler. That's a different
I'm talking about Jimmy Butler because I want to compare. The help he's had compared to Jamal Murray.
Look, I'm not talking about career for career. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is today, if I want to win a basketball game, just one basketball game.
I think it's either or. It's a difficult decision. I'm not lying. I'm not saying that he's landslide better than Jimmy Butler.
Do I think Jamal Murray?
I think he's very close to Jimmy Butler.
In his first 5 years is better than Jimmy Butler in his first 5 years? Yeah, I agree with you.
But again, Jimmy Butler was underrated, undrafted player. Like, he didn't have like the same opportunity as like a drafted player coming from Kentucky. So it's a different thing. I think
Jimmy Butler would I rather have a start of my career like Jamal Murray's or Jimmy Butler? I would rather have a beginning of my career that looked like Jamal Murray's. But
that's a situation. That's not based on talent. I genuinely think that, Jimmy Butler was just...
Jimmy Butler was a bench. He was a bench player.
He came from Marquette. Like, he didn't have the best college career compared to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray he went to Kentucky.
He was a backup for the Wu Dang, bro. Like,
yeah. So I'm not comparing that. But I'm saying right now, like, Week, let me break this down to you, right? Jamal Murray over Jimmy Butler.
No.
I'm gonna give you a scenario, right?
Dude, I don't think...
You're in a clutch game 7. You're in a clutch game 7. And you have another superstar that's better than each player, right? So let's say Joel Embiid or Jimmy Jokic, right?
This is very specific.
I'm very specific because they've been in these situations, so it's not like I'm giving.
What I'm trying to say is sometimes specific situations.
But when you compare players, everyone wants to put specific situations when you compare players. Nobody wants to do like because skill for skill is really tough to do.
This is what I'm trying to say, though. This is what I'm trying to say, right? Players don't always have the exact same skill set. They have different skill sets, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes in one situation, one player is better than another player because of the fit, right? So it's like a guy like okay, like I don't even know, like Kobe versus like not even just Kobe, like Kobe versus Magic Johnson, right?
That's not a comparison.
These are both great players, right?
But that's not a comparison.
No, but look, this is what I'm trying to say, right? These are both really great players, right?
Right.
There are circumstances. Whereas if you're building a team, you'd rather where it's more beneficial for you to have Magic Johnson over Kobe Bryant. And there's depending on how your team is set up, where having Kobe Bryant is more beneficial than having Magic Johnson.
That's agreeable. I agree.
So what I'm saying is when you say a specific circumstance, like make sure that you're not saying a circumstance that is like
benefiting the other
biasing,
player.
Yeah, kind of being biased.
Okay. But like, okay, at the end of the day, if it's Magic or Kobe, just give me like a straight answer. Like no argument. What's a straight answer?
Bro,
just give me a straight answer.
I'm gonna take Kobe, but my point is there are circumstances where you can, not just me personally, like where I know for a fact that Magic Johnson is a better fit for a situation than Kobe. You see what I'm saying? If my team needs passing, if they need facilitating, right, and they need rebounding, right, it wouldn't make sense for me to pick up Kobe Bryant instead of fucking Astaghfirullah, Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Instead of Magic Johnson. So my point is it's all like it's kind of circumstantial. You know what I mean? It's not just black and white. Oh, who's better? Oh, okay, so he's better. He's better, so he must be like. Circumstances kind of fit into it. Play styles kind of go into it. So I would say, no, I just don't see how someone could say Jamal Murray is a better basketball player than Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler literally carried a team to the finals, and he did it. He was the best guy. He was the go-to guy on 2 finals teams in the last like 6 years. 2, not 1, 2.
I agree.
2. Jamal Murray.
But I want you to know how much Jamal Murray's like impacted the Nuggets. The Nuggets road, not that final series, but that road. Like, I think Jamal Murray arguably at like some points was the better player on the court. I'm not saying he's better than Jokic. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there were some points where Jamal Murray had better games. No or yes.
Better games, yes.
That's what I'm saying. At some points he was a better player on the court, but I'm not saying he's the best player on the Nuggets. I'm not saying that. I'm not delusional like that.
He's not close.
Not close. No doubt.
Close.
But I'm saying that I think what it is Jamal Murray's never been by himself, so we can't really have that conversation. And Jimmy Butler, yes, I agree, has done a lot more by himself, which gives him more credit. And I would say most basketball experts would just think I'm crazy. I think
Jimmy Butler is the most disrespected player in the NBA, and it's because he's not a flashy player. He doesn't dribble flashy. He doesn't score flashy. He just plays basketball hard, and he plays basketball mostly right. You know what I mean? Plays within his role, what he's good at. Doesn't try to do too much so he's not like, that he's not really, and the teams know what he's there for.
Right.
He's there to score the ball and play good defense, right? Absolutely. That's what he's there for, and that's what he's there for.
Absolutely.
I think he's very disrespected because he doesn't shoot threes like Curry, and he's not flashy. He doesn't dribble the ball like Kyrie. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't dunk over people the way Giannis does. He's not super flashy, and he's not a very marketable person either, like outside of just his game style. Like he's very rough around the edges, kind of guy. Kind of weird in a way too with like the emo stuff, right? So I think he's the most underrated player, like one of the most underrated players ever. Definitely in the NBA today, I think he's the most underrated player.
I can agree with your statement.
I think it's. But
I think you underrate how close that comparison is. I really do.
I'm trying to be rude to you, but I think it's kind of like crazy that a guy like Jimmy Butler can put in all the work he has over the last 5 years, like last what?
3 years,
3 years, whatever, right?
4 years.
2 finals trips, right? Teams, both times, these teams were not nobody expected these teams to make the finals. Nobody was looking at these teams to make the finals, right? And both times they did it, right? He's a go-to guy. And we're sitting here now and we're saying, yeah, Jamal Murray might be better than him. I think it's crazy because if this was any other guy, this was Steph, if this was Kyrie, if this was LeBron, if this was KD, if this was Luka,
I'm not gonna lie,
we wouldn't have
this is gonna end this argument going to the next topic. I think if Jimmy Butler had won a ring in one of those instances, I wouldn't have said that. But I really think, I think that matters just because like you can go to the chip all you want. LeBron went to 2 chips before he won his first one, right? But once you win that chip, it's a different attachment to your name. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here's the thing though, even with LeBron, right? At the end of the day, you don't win a championship by your own talent. You win it by the kind of the collection of talent that you guys have.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
And which one of those years was Jimmy Butler supposed to win? He wasn't supposed to win either of those years.
Yeah, because we were definitely gonna crush them with healthy.
They were
LeBron,
the underdogs both times. Yeah, they were the underdogs both times because they were on paper the worst team both times, right? Even with LeBron, one thing his haters will be like, "Oh, he's only won like 4 out of what 9?
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10 tries at the finals, right? 4 out of his 10
kind of
runs
sad
to the finals.
Good.
But even then, every single time LeBron lost in the finals, besides the year that he lost to Dallas, they were never supposed to win. They were not supposed to win. They weren't the better team. They were the underdogs for a reason. They were not.
Also, I think the Spurs. Remember the Spurs the second time he lost?
I don't think they were supposed to win that year.
Yeah,
San Antonio was cooking people. San Antonio was destroying teams that whole year.
Yeah, that's very true. Kawhi was in his bag. But anyways,
Dwayne Wade was also not very healthy.
Yeah, he was going through some injuries at that point. Yeah, for sure. Going into what I was gonna say. Going into the next topic of today. Obviously, this started yesterday, but we're gonna have this posted by today, hopefully tomorrow at the latest. But yeah, in-season tournament starting today. Have you been keeping up with that?
We talked about it a little bit last time. Honestly, I don't really have too much about I don't really have if you guys have seen the last video that we did about it, talking about it, I don't really have too many new comments about it. My only thing is I wonder how seriously the players are gonna take it, because to me, from the outside looking in at the moment, it just looks like a gimmick the NBA is gonna use to advertise for basically just get promotion. This is promotion, right? It's just a gimmick.
You think it's just more money? Just like a money grab?
Money grab is a gimmick. Oh my god, we had this tournament. We had this tournament. Check it out. Whatever. Draw in attention. I don't think, I don't see how it's gonna make basketball better. I don't know how it's gonna make the NBA better. I guess it's gonna completely depend on, because it's still an 82 game season. Yeah, they're still playing.
This is only 1 month, by the way. This is 1 month of your 6th month.
What I heard is, so all the games in the season, all the games in the tournament are still counted onto the regular season schedule. Right. The only difference is the championship game is not. It's basically it's like a free game away from the schedule. Right. So
if you're in the championship, you play 83 games.
Yeah. So if you play in the championship, you play an extra game. I don't know if the tournament is going to affect the playoffs in any way, if it helps in any way. Maybe if the team, maybe the winners of the tournament or whatever get some kind of priority and seed, home court advantage if seeding is the same. Something, maybe it affects playoffs in some way. I don't think it does. So to me, I'm just thinking if the players are not going to play harder, and even if they did, if they're playing harder because of this tournament, they should have already been playing at the hardest they could, because it's still these games were already counting on the schedule last year. You know what I mean? They were already counting them last year to their season record. So what about this is it just seems like a money grab. You give people awards, they're playing the same games that they played last year. The only difference is the last two teams in the tournament have to play an extra game that nobody else has to play. Right? So
it doesn't say anything about affecting its in season, affecting the playoff, the actual playoff.
Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned,
I'm not gonna lie.
All they're gonna do is make the two teams that win, that basically get to the end of the
82 games.
They play an extra game, which doesn't even how is that going to? Why would I, as a team who wants to win a championship, want to play an extra game?
I think it's kind of I guess it's cool. They're making something. They're trying something new. No hate. There's always.
I hate it. Honestly, the more I think about it, I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Be person. I watched the game yesterday. I watched a couple games, the Thunder and the Warriors, and I watched the Nuggets and the Mavericks. Yeah, man. It just looks like regular season ball. The fans are a little bit more engaged, I guess. The court is different. I don't know. It just kind of seems like you said, kind of like a money grab. I'm an actual basketball fan. I don't want to watch bro. I want to get excited in April, May, June. You feel me? I know when I'm supposed to get excited. This is not a time to get excited. I just know from a general perspective, people aren't gonna get more excited for basketball because of the in-season tournament. Ain't nobody gonna say, man, LeBron had 2 in-season tournaments compared to 7. I will never. I promise you, and on this podcast, as long as this lasts, I will never mention somebody that won an in-season tournament and put them in a different bracket.
Yeah, it's
different bracket than somebody.
It's Summer League. It's Summer League champion or some shit.
Yeah, bro, it's giving Summer League vibes. I swear it is. I swear it is.
The worst part about it is this actually does affect to an extent, because bro, if you're the team that has to play an extra game, what if your star player gets hurt in that game?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? You're playing an extra game because the NBA wants to have some gimmick to draw in 8-year-old kids to watch their game. Right.
I'm glad this didn't happen when I grew up. I'm so happy this didn't happen when we grew up.
This is a prime example of some old-fashioned jewelry. All right. Adam Silver and his Jewish Israeli companions have come up with a new way to steal your money and your time. You know what? And Admas Entertainment is pro-Palestinian, so yes.
Yeah, free Palestine. Anyways, you're saying?
No, all I had to say was I don't like them. I didn't even think about how much I didn't like it until I had to think out loud right now. I think it's horrible. Makes no sense. Why would I get taxed to play another game? Why am I gonna put my body through wear and tear to play an extra game for an in-season tournament as a winner because I'm being successful in it? Mm-hmm. Just to, like, bro, it puts our team at a disadvantage long term. Even if it is a very small one, it's still a slight disadvantage.
I feel it. It's something that's, I guess the idea is cool for this season. I hope it doesn't continue. I don't really like, bro, you know what's crazy? Like,
they need to drop this for next season.
If you guys didn't know, we're in the DMV area. So, we're not playing the Wizards this year. The Lakers not playing the Wizards. They're not coming here, apparently. So I'm like, what? Like,
we're not playing a single game?
Because of the in-season tournament. I swear. We're not playing the Wizards this year. We're not even playing them in LA, I don't even think. Let me see. I was looking it up the other day. We played in Magic tonight. Like, come on.
I mean, those are
some better games.
Those are.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. We do play the Wizards. We play the Wizards February 29th in LA. The April 3rd, you will catch me at the Verizon Center. I mean, Capital One. My fault. Change the name.
That's what I thought. I was like, every game in the league, every team in the league has to play every team at least once.
Yeah. No, twice.
I think it's at least once.
No, twice. Because Spurs 82 games. There's 30 teams in the NBA.
Oh,
there's 32 teams in the NBA. There's 32
one away, right?
Yeah, one away, one home.
At least,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. The breakup is good. Like, the NBA always has a good breakup. The internet was tripping the day I was looking that up. But yeah, I guess in-season tournament from Adamas from NBA Pod. L move. Let's get into last topic for today, man. Let's talk about our boys. You know, Wemby, Luka Doncic is hooping as well recently, even though they, had a minor setback yesterday. But yeah, like, how do you feel about this season? Like, from like your so far, how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. Not even some, bro. I think mostly because of the Wemby situation, him scoring 38.
I'm excited for him, man. I'm really excited for him.
I think that's probably
he's illegal.
Not
bro.
Even just
that guy's illegal, bro. Seriously, he's not real, bro.
Not just this season. Just seeing him perform like that. I'm excited to see. Just see the future of the basketball in a way. Seeing him play like that. I'm excited for this season, obviously, too. But we're 5 games in. A lot of things are happening.
It's just like the in-season tournaments, like right in the beginning. Like, come on, dog. Like, let's. Like, I want to see. I like my regular basketball. Man. Yeah. I like my 82 games and then my playoffs. Like, I love that setup. But
one thing I think about the NBA now is like I'm noticing. I think like the NBA is getting too much of like I don't know. It's kind of becoming like.
Talk about it.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's just like the way the NBA is moving now is like I feel like this season. And every season since I feel like it's getting more and more like this. Mm-hmm. There just seems to be so much stuff. The NBA is just trying to like. There's just so much stuff coming all the time. Like during the season, like bro, this trade happened. This James Harden trade happened like through 4 games into the season.
Yeah, 2, 3 games. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this in-season stuff just starting beginning. Like so much stuff is happening. Just happens so fast and so quickly and so often in the NBA now. It's insane. It's like not only is the game itself moving faster, but like the things that are surrounding the game are moving around faster now too, and changing really fast. Like just them introducing this, like it's like they're innovating the game, and they're not just the game is innovating itself, but the things around it are getting innovated so fast. Like bro, I wouldn't even be surprised if they like really introduce this 4-point line next year. Like. I'm not saying they will do it. I don't think they will, but...
They kind of had the setup for the in-season tournament for a somewhat of a 4-point line. But again, you were saying?
Yeah, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just were like, yo, next year we're having a 4-point line. Like, it's official. Like, you feel me? Like, the NBA is just doing these things, like, where they're just, like, changing things a lot, changing it up. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of it is just money grabs, and I don't like it because it's, it doesn't feel good. It feels, like, cheap. You know, just a cheap way to steal your money or like steal your, you know, attention. Get you.
You know, me personally, I'm a big, you know, we're Lakers fans here. Us too, we're Lakers fans. So, you know, we're supporting the Lakers all the way. Yeah, I'm just excited for the Lakers basketball this year. Did you get to catch that Clippers game? Man, bro, what a game that it went to OT. I was kind of scared for a minute because we were down by like 13 at halftime. So I was kind of concerned, but you know, Lakers are, you know, get back, always getting back. So. It's not a problem for us, but yeah, I mean, definitely, you know.
Austin Reeves MVP?
Huh?
Austin Reeves the MVP of the league?
Of course, Austin Reeves. But, and also, in all reality, man, I still stand on my, prediction. As you guys remember, Steph Curry, MVP. That guy he's balling right now, and I don't think he's stopping anytime soon. Then the Warriors are the first seed in the West, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's also really early in the season, though.
Yeah, for sure. It's, you know, first early in the season, but again, yeah, early season predictions. Guys, just want to say thank you so much for tuning in for this week's pod. Shout out Week for pulling up today on last minute notice. Like, share, subscribe, all that. The boys, we out.